Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be talking about Valorant Patch Notes 5.07. Keep in mind as well, I'm also recording this at 12 in the at midnight, so which is why my voice is a bit lower than usual because I don't want to wake up anyone. But it's alright because this is just a patch notes video for Valorant. Obviously it just came out. And yeah, so let's just get right into it. And obviously the highlights in this patch includes some agent changes to Reyna, KO, Yoru, and Sky. That's mainly for the flash changes. You can now favorite your skins. You can also filter and randomize your skins as well. And most importantly, Fracture has been updated. Now, I don't think I'll be able to tour around Fracture in this video. Sadly, maybe I can maybe do it maybe in another video. Maybe I can maybe do it maybe later today, which is for me it is Wednesday. But I'm not too sure though. But obviously I'm going to show a video of it anyways, and you might see it. You might obviously see all of the stuff, and I think I might have talked about it as well in a video. But anyways, that's enough of me rambling. Let's get right into the patch notes. First, start off with the agent updates. Obviously, these are mainly talk about the flashes for Sky, KO, Yoru, and Reyna. I think Phoenix was also changed, but I think that's just because of there was a flash change. I think for every character, or like every character got the same change. If that makes sense. But hopefully it does. But let's just get right started, and we'll talk about Sky first. So, her guiding light flashbang scaling has been changed. The max flash duration of Sky's guiding light now scales from 1 second to 2.25 seconds over a 0.75 seconds charge up after being cast. Guiding light can no longer be shot and destroyed. New visual effects, UI, and sounds added to communicate new gameplay intent, and the unequipped delay out of guiding light increased from 0.75 seconds to 0.85 seconds. Now I'm pretty sure this change is for every flash agent. I know one of them is definitely a UI where it's actually a lot easier to tell if the opponent is recovering from the flash, so the screen is not flash anymore and it's going back to normal. So that's going to be new for all of basically for every single flash character. There will be a little bit, and there will also be a little UI that Sky players would see when they obviously use the flash. Obviously, I'll show you it in the video. It's actually pretty interesting. There's like a little line near the start of the bar, and I think that's just of how long. I'm pretty sure just like how long the flash is. So if you go past that line, I think the flash is shorter. I'm pretty sure, but don't quote me on that. Obviously, we'll have a look at it in the video. But it's basically some buff and nerfs for Sky. KO's was just a nerf, but also a bit of a buff as well for his overhand. So his flash drive, underhand or right click flashbang max duration has been decreased from 2 seconds to 1.25 seconds, which is pretty big. The overhead, which is the left click flashbang max duration, has been increased from 2 seconds to 2.25 seconds, which is also really good. And the unequipped delay out of both flashes increased from 0.6 to 0.85 seconds. So it's going to take a little bit longer for KO to re-equip the weapon that the KO is using. I think these changes are just so that you have to flash for your teammates, or you can be forced to flash with your teammates. Because if you just flash for yourself, it's kind of useless unless people just start using the overhand more and not even and they just don't touch the underhand. Maybe KO will be pretty crap, maybe in pro play, but obviously we'll have to wait and see on that. But yeah, we'll see if KO is affected by it. I think he might be affected by it, and I think he might maybe get replaced with Sky or something, or even Soba, which I mean it's highly unlikely. But I mean Fade is really good, so Fade basically covers the initiator. You can maybe put Breach into that as well, but I don't know. Fade, I don't know, but K would definitely probably drop down a bit in my opinion. Reyna just has a buff. So her Leer, the wind up of near side effect has been decreased from 0.6 seconds to 0.4 seconds. The range restriction on layer has been removed, so anyone can be blinded no matter how far they are. The near side unequipped delay has been decreased from 0.7 to 0.5 seconds. So Reyna will be now able to equip their gun quicker. And the duration has been decreased, so from 2.6 seconds to 2 seconds. So it is a bit shorter now, but I mean, at least the range restriction is no more. It has now been removed. Finally, we have Yoru. So his blind sight, the duration has been increased from 1.5 seconds to 1.75 seconds, and there's a lot of visual updates for the flash. So the third-person visuals for flash enemies and allies now render behind the player's head at the moment that the flash starts to fade, which should give a clear indication if players are full flashed or if the flash has started to fade. So I think these changes include all the other characters which has flashes, I'm pretty sure. The first-person visuals, when fully flashed, now shrink over time to give a better indication of when the full flash will end and the flash fade now will begin. Increase the window of awarding assists on flashes, near sights, and concussors from 1 to 3 seconds after the debuff starts to fade. We felt the assist window on these debuffs didn't reflect their actual duration of impact, and want to make sure the supportive players are more often recognized and rewarded for setting up situations that teammates capitalize on. So there's basically one Yoru change, which is obviously his flash is longer, but obviously the stuff that I just listed is for the other characters that has flashes in their kit. So that obviously includes Phoenix and Breach, who isn't a part of this, but basically will still get affected by this change right here. So with the age updates all done, let's now move over to the map updates, and obviously Fracture has been overhauled basically. So Fracture is receiving quite a few quality of life changes alongside some large updates to Dish A, Drop A, Robes, to Dish A, Drop, and A Robes. Going to go in order of minor to major. So I don't know why this is in minor, but okay. So the arcade, opened a cubby here to make it easier for attack inside to hold against defender aggression in both directions. So here, this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like now. A lot more wider now. Like, it's thick. We'll say that. B side, the jump up has been changed to a ramp directly into the side platform, which should make moving around that space more straightforward. I don't know why this was even a thing in the first place. This was kind of stupid, but I'm glad that they finally changed it. So that is now just a full ramp, which actually looks a lot more clean now. The B generator space here tightened slightly to make smoking this spot easier. A small corner has also been removed to simplify attempting to clear the site. So I think let's talk about this little corner right here. That's been cleared. It's now on an angle, and it's a lot more easier now to actually just smoke that angle, which is pretty nice. Defender spawn removed a small cubby to slightly simplify those retakes. Yeah, I don't know why this was a thing either, I'll be honest. It was kind of stupid. But it does look more clean now, and it is a lot more. It is more smooth as well, so which is good. So that basically eliminates a corner, which is good. A halls improved movement and simplified the space in A halls by removing a corner. So I think it's this corner right here. I'm pretty sure, and this corner right here, and it's no more. So that is just a straight line basically. It has to be eliminated, which is good. So that gives the attackers more of an opportunity to push up, and it'll be a bit more difficult for the defenders to defend that. But I think it's still a pretty good change. A side, a minor simplification of the space as part of the overall changes to the surrounding areas. I think to talk about this crate right here, that has now been moved. So you cannot hide behind that crate anymore, which is also pretty nice. A dish. The dish is intact, but remove the far path to make moving through the space more direct for both sides. We found trying to watch / control these spaces simultaneously was unnecessarily difficult for all. The team hopes changes here on a drop will encourage everyone to use this route more often. So obviously, this was a bit of a big talking point. Two different directions, very difficult for the defenders to defend that part. Luckily, they have eliminated that, which I'm very happy about. I hated going to satellite every time, especially while defending. It was horrible, but I'm glad they're changing it. A drop. The drop down is no longer a 50-50 check when entering, which should make it a little more appealing as a way for attackers to squeeze a side from two sides. So this is what it looks like. I mean, there was a bit of skill here just to get up onto here via the box, but I think there's like some skill in here in this new one. Obviously, drop itself has shrunk. The crate is now not there. There's a bit of a corner. You can probably maybe hide underneath it, but I think people will probably spot you there. This little corner here, you can maybe wait, but it's not really a good corner to hide in. I think you can still probably make this up. I'm not too sure though. I might be wrong. It's probably like only like some characters can do it, like a Sage, a Jet, a Raze, all those just all those characters that basically has a moving ability which is vertical. A rope. This path has been a little too easy for attackers to control with a single smoke. The adjustment should give defenders more opportunity and more options for both the initial hold and retaken aim. Watch your step. So this is what it looks. So this is what it used to look like. It was just a rope going onto this little pocket here. Not a little pocket, just a little room, little space. Now it's been extended. There's now a bit of a veranda here, which defenders can use, or even the attackers can even use as well if they want to flank from B to A via the spawn. It's also a pretty good open point as well, but obviously need to be a bit careful of the doors as well. So we'll see. I think ops might be used. I mean, ops are still used quite a lot in this map, but I think especially here, this might be a good op spot. Now for the progression. So it has just a bit of stuff here I don't really care about. I think it's just basically saying just, more functions. Basically more stuff regarding the skins of the weapons. Want to, make it a bit more fun. And this is why they're adding favorites, filters, and randomizer, which is gonna be very interesting to see how people use this. It's basically just a way for players just to be a bit creative, personalize their collection. So but yeah. So here it says can now mark favorites in collection. These favorites will persist for your account until you change them and allow you to filter down to the items that represent your style best. So these includes weapon skins, player cards, sprays, gun buddies, and account level borders. So all of those will have the favorites option. And they also added the ability to equip a random favorite for every weapon type. Equipping this particular weapon will make it so that in each game you play, you get one of your favorite weapons, along with one of the variants you own, at random each time you enter a match, which I think is pretty cool. I'm probably going to use that just to do a little trolling. They've also added the ability to filter your collection, which includes the weapon skins, favorite / non-favorites, owned / unowned, and tiers. I think that's just for like some skins which has like an upgrade thing that players can buy. And play cards, sprays, gun buddies, and level borders has favorite / non-favorites and owned / unowned. So there'll be no tier, sadly, obviously, for those ones, but I think it's a pretty cool feature to add to Valorant. We'll see what players do with that feature. A couple bug fixes as well. A fix issue where KO's null disable KJ's turret if the turret is hit by a pulse, but Killjoy's not. Fix issue where KJ's turret fires straight forward without the firing an enemy and then losing sight of them. Where have I seen this before, my friend? This is a bit of an XZ versus FPX change. And when that debacle will happen, it definitely is. Fixed issue with where KJ's turret would fire with no target when coming out line if it was disabled while firing at a target. I think that might be also part of it as well. Fix a bug where Phoenix would not automatically equip a weapon at the end of run it back. Fix Breach's roll thunder, showing that enemies hit in the combat report. And fix the issue where if a player was deafened by multiple sources, when the first deafen ended, it removed the deafening effect completely. So those are all of the bug fixes. Let's now have a look at a cheeky video from the Korean Valorant YouTube channel.
안녕, 오랜만에 다시 보니 얼마나 반가운지 몰라. 내 소식도 있냐고? 물론이지. 그럼 패치노트 5.07 시작해보자고. 첫 번째는 맵 업데이트. 바로 내가 좋아하는 프랙처야. 어떤 것들이 바뀌었는지 하나씩 소개해줄게. 먼저 B 오락실은 공격팀이 진입하는 통로가 확 넓어졌어. B 지점 계단은 완만한 경사로 바뀌고 B 발전기 사이로 입구가 좁아지면서 연막으로 적의 시야를 완벽히 차단할 수 있을 거야. 수비팀 시작 지점에선 구석진벽이 사라졌네. A 밧줄은 적의 연막이 있어도 수비가 좀 더 가능해져. A 복도는 공격팀이 진입하거나 교전하기 쉬워졌고 A 사이트 2층에 있던 박스는 더 이상 요원이 숨기 어려워졌어. 양쪽을 모두 신경 써야 했던 A 안테나가 심플해지고 진입하기 매우 까다로웠던 A 경사도 위험 부담이 많이 줄어들 테니 앞으로 프랙처가 더욱 재밌어지겠지? 다음은 요원 업데이트. 레나, 너 언제 이렇게 세진 거야? 이제 눈총을 던지고 난 후 무기를 더욱 빠르게 교체할 수 있어. 대신 스킬 유지 시간은 조금 짧아질 거야. 하지만 적을 실명시키는 속도가 더욱 빨라지고 효과 범위는 더 이상 제한이 없어질 테니까 다들 레이나 만나면 조심해. 요로, 인기쟁이가 되려면 아직 먼 것 같은데? 힘내. 안타깝지만 KO는 너프 소식이야. Q 스킬 플래시 드라이브를 짧게 사용할 때 앞으로 3강 지속 시간이 꽤 많이 줄어들지. 길게 던질 때 지속 시간은 조금 증가하긴 하지만 사용 후 무기를 교체하는 시간은 더 늘어났어. 드디어 내 차례야 친구들. 다들 집중하라고. 우선 내 매가 파괴되지 않도록 바뀌어. 잘 봐. 그리고 스킬을 쉽게 사용할 수 있도록 게이지가 생겼어. 어때? 좋지? 물론 즐거운 소식만 있는 건 아니야. 스킬 사용 후 무기를 교체하는 시간이 살짝 늦어졌고 3강 지속 시간이 예전만큼 길지 않을 테니까 게이지에 있는 선을 신경 쓰면서 잘 사용해봐. 아, 한 가지 더. 앞으로 모든 섬광 효과를 더욱 명확하게 구분할 수 있게 될 거야. 자신이 섬광을 맞았을 때 화면이 서서히 풀리는 게 보이지? 또 섬광을 맞은 적의 시야가 회복되는 타이밍도 예전보다 정확하게 알 수 있게 됐으니까 다들 플레이하는데 꼭 참고하길 바랄게. 시스템 업데이트도 보고 가야지. 이제 수집품의 즐겨찾기 기능이 추가될 거야. 자신이 선호하는 스킨, 플레이어 카드들을 분류해 볼 수 있고 무작위 스킨을 설정하여 게임을 즐길 수 있어. 마지막으로 아직까지 야시장 구경 안 해본 건 아니겠지? 다들 꼭 원하는 스킨이 나오길 바래. 이만 난 가볼게. 항상 도움이 필요하다면 언제든 말만 하라고.
So that is Patch Notes 5.07. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys on next time in the next one. Goodbye.